So how much are cap rates? So you can look them up and you can ask brokers or you can go to Moody's.com and you get a rough idea of different properties and what does Moody's think the cap rate should be. Moody's is a big rating agency. The other thing you can do is you can look at the appraisal. So every property that we have on our system will give you a link to the appraisal summary information, and that will have an appraised cap rate. The cap rate that the appraisal, who's an expert in real estate, thought that this building should have. In general, so different asset classes have different cap rates. So, if we start from the riskiest 20% cap rate are things like investing into a running business. Gas station, store, or brand new real estate development where you are providing the equity. Okay, and the idea is the project might work, might not work. There is a pretty good chance that it will work, but there's no current cash. So if there is some kind of a timing issue, permits get delayed, you will not make any income because there's no income coming in. So that's why these projects command a higher cap rate. So where do you get 10% cap rates? Well, it's generally investing into a hotel. And then maybe not in major cities. Okay, um, you get 6 to 8% in more just regular commercial buildings. Lowest cap rates, maybe 4%, are on rental buildings in New York. This assumes that there are no loans. So this is what you get if you were to buy the whole building with cash only. Now things get a little bit more complicated if you have a loan. So how does a loan work? First thing, you have something called the capital stack. If you take a building, your 60% is what is called a mortgage, and maybe 40% is called equity. So let's say this building is a 5 cap, and the price of the building is 10 million. So you can tell that the net operating income is 500,000. So now if you were to borrow money and you borrow 60%, you'd get a $6 million loan. And let's say the interest rate on that loan is 3%. It's a super safe multi-family building and you're only borrowing 60%. So interest rate is 3%. Now, so the annual payment, which we call debt service, That share is just 3% of 6 million, which is 180,000. So the equity holder will have the rest of the income, and that's in this example 320,000. But now the equity is only $4 million. Since $6 million is loan and $10 million was the total building, right? So your cash and cash returns. In this case, gone up to 8%, which is equal to 320 divided by 4,000. So by using leverage, and since you managed to borrow money at a cheaper rate than was your cap rate, you managed to increase your returns from 5% to 8%. Now, what bank does is bank thinks, well, we just put in $6 million to the loan, and the building is making 500,000 a year. So if for some reason we need to foreclose, we will be making that 500,000 on a 6 million investment. So what would be our cap rate? It's going to be a little bit over 8%. It's going to be like 8.3%, which is 500 divided by 6 million. And that's what we call debt yield. Debt yield is one of the most important measures of risk. The lower the debt yield, the riskier the loan.